Howdy all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to episode 10, part 2 of my Let's Play Transport Fever 2. In the previous episode, we arrived in sunny California in the mid-1930s with a generous 500 million credit loan by Mr. Howard Hughes to build up our transportation infrastructure for him. And in this episode, we are going to continue doing that. As soon as we get our signals in, we'll start getting trains on these lines, and then getting trucks and buses to get started on transporting their respective commodities to their respective destinations. Now then, let's see. Right, turn this into a slip switch here. Same here. Here. And here. That should do it. Place that there. Place them here. Replace the signals there. Actually, this tunnel is going to be quite long, so let's just place a pair of signals in here. Normally, in the free mode games, I normally use dwarf signals because they're smaller and more prototypical, I think. But those regular signals will do. Replace existing. Come on. Normally, that's able to work, but somehow it didn't for some darn reason. We'll place some signals in this area. And then along the coastline. Oh, you got to be joking. Guess I'll have to relay it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Track and then just continue placing down our signals. Okay. I think that should be enough signals on the main line in both directions. Now we need a building to bring all of our trains out to get started on their daily assignments. Of course, I also gotta build a freight station here, which will also be a direct connection to the line between Bakersfield and Los Angeles for the local commuter train. Well, a Y would work, but the trains would have to find a way to get around. Okay, let's see. 3-track, 240-meter freight station. We'll lower it down a little bit so the station could easily get into the catch area of the freight house. Well, actually, I might as well just lay down a new roadway here. There we go. Convert this into a cutting. And place down the signals here. I think for this, I think the road should go under the track. Or actually, better yet, over the track. We'll build the track here. Do that. raise this up and then build a road over this. There we go. We'll brush this area to make it a little more smoother. And then do this to reconnect to the main line. I think the best case for this industry is to have it transported by road, as I'm pretty sure we'll be transporting distillery products as soon as we reach the free mode games. We'll place down these signals, as well as this one right here. And I think that should basically do it for the track. Now let's get some vehicles out onto the main line. We'll build a loop. Well, we'll build a wide track here for the engine house. And since I can't fit a double slip switch, I'll have to basically put signals on that one. Well, a double track. And then delete this portion. Makes room for this. Now let's get some lines set up. At least for the passenger trains. Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, to San Francisco, and then back to Santa Barbara. Put in Express Train A. Good, Los Angeles passengers on track 4. Track 2, track 1. Give this a new coat of red paint. Put this as Express Train B. Let me see if the stations are correct. There we go. We'll set up a local train. Give this a gray. Call it Local Train A. Local Train B. Local Train C. And Local Train D. That should basically be doing it for the passenger trains for now. So let's see. We only have 3 types of locomotives. The Mikado, the 412-9000 class, and the Streamline 442 Hiawatha Class A Atlantics. But we also have some new diesel multiple units, such as the Alco PA and PB units. And those are the only engines we have, other than the Super Cheap locomotive. But I think for the local trains, these Hiawatha Atlantics will basically cover that surface. We'll give a new coat of green paint and several of these 6-axle cars. $200 passengers, which is actually pretty good. need some express trains. We'll just get the Alco PA and several of these cheap passenger cars. Put them express train A, this one express train B. Let me see. Now let's get started on some other forms of transport. Bakersfield seems good enough for a trolley line. Alright, let's place down some trolley stops for our passengers to be picked up and taken to their destinations around town. There's no need to deliver any cargo into town because all of them are there is no town demand for any commodity on the map. And because of the roadway between the route between here well, you can basically see it's super close to the airfield. Why not just basically, just make it a bus stop? There we go. We'll place down this. And I have a feeling we'll need that particular area right there. Actually, to make it much more simpler, we're just going to make it a 4-stall station. I'll have one here for residential, one here for commercial, and one for industrial. And then have one here, and one here. Now we need to get some buses in. So, let's see. Bus service A1, as there's going to be 4 of these in town. Bus service A2. Bus service A3. And of course, this one right here. Oops, wrong stations. Bus service A4. Bus route. Oh, bus service B. Trolley service A1. Trolley service A2. And we'll just get some vehicles to operate these new lines. We only have this bus from Mission 8, but that is totally fine. Service B, and now I need to purchase some trolleys. As you can see, we have the Peterwood streetcar that we saw in one of the previous missions, as well as a new one, the PCC 1643 Pittsburgh. Since Bakersfield is a bit of a small little town, I think it's best to have two of these. Trolley Service A1, Trolley Service A2. Gotta get that one fixed. 2nd Street, put that on line 2. And that should basically do it. I also now have to get this section finished. Since San Francisco is known for their streetcars, might as well return the favor and have some trolleys run through town. And then set up a new trolley route. Call this Trolley Service B1. And Trolley Service B2. And we'll get 4. Actually, let's get 6. Perfect. Let's start up and see what goes on. As now with all my vehicles in service, we could get everything started. But of course, we gotta also get the airplanes here. So we'll head to the Bakersfield Airport and purchase the Junkers F-13 that we acquired, and just do a couple of practice runs with this airplane.
This is the final call for all remaining passengers to receive immediately deploying A148.
And it seems like passengers are starting to use our new systems, especially for our new passenger trains. These green streamliners will basically handle the passenger services between two towns, while the express trains will handle deliveries on the line between Los Angeles to San Francisco, with one going through Santa Barbara and the other through Bakersfield. So the airplane will basically do the complete flights section. The make noise will be taken care of in just a second or so, because there is a lot of people on this bus service. Now we have 4, and the rest of the airplanes need to be taken care of by the training staff sector. We'll let the trains get through, and there's already people waiting at the station for Express Train B, which is how the PA and B units. This train is going to basically become the fastest train to operate on the map. Though it's going to take a little bit of a while for this airplane to complete its rounds, so I'm going to cut this right here and I'll see you all in just a moment. And we're back as our airplane arrives back to finish this task.
Very good. Meanwhile, the necessary aircraft have been assembled. Now the film set has to be appropriately prepared, and it must be ensured that no obstructions hinder the planes from taking off and landing.
So, it says that we need to have 2 of these airplanes in the same area. I have a bit of a secret technique that I just learned myself. So, if we have one airplane leaving that airport and another one there, both airplanes should basically meet up. Line 1, and then put the other airplane on line 2. That way, both planes will exit the entirety of this. Exit the depot, stop at the passenger terminal, get onto the runway, and then both of them will fly into this circle at the same time. Now, it's kind of funny, really, that even though there's tracks here, my trains are going through it, it doesn't say that it has to be absolutely quiet. And presto.
Mr. Hughes' Aviator movie is in the can and now breaking all records at the box office. But your client already has new plans in store. He not only wants to shoot films about flying, he wants to own his own airline. He's already been able to nail down some shares in a transcontinental airline, but sadly not enough for a controlling interest yet. Make sure that your boss becomes the majority shareholder in the airline by acquiring more than 50% of the shares.
So, Mr. Hughes now wants to control an airline company. As you can see, there are several question marks around the area, so let's basically have a look around.
Mr. Weber bets that your boss won't be able to break the speed record for circumnavigating the globe. If he does, he'll surrender his shares to him. Now he needs to train to win the bet.
And for that, it's simple as, oh, he wants to be the world's best golfer.
Mr. Hughes has made it his goal to become the world's best golfer. You're supposed to support him on the way.
Of course.
Your boss would like to have a place where he can practice playing golf with his current girlfriend, the famous actress Katharine Hepburn. First of all, a challenging course with interesting landscaping has to be created.
Which will be after I build this special bus. We'll put this as Golf Course Bus Service. We'll put that here, and buses will now pick up people from Los Angeles west to the golf course. And that airplane should basically be nearing the airfield in just a moment. As long as it can just stay in the seconds a little bit longer, it will be perfect. Actually, can I maybe add an extra stop? Or not? Okay. Never mind. Let's get rid of that. And now we need to deliver sand. We'll get rid of that, and then spin this around. And then get a truck service to serve that area. Truck service A. Fill it up to the brim.
The owner of a golf course in Beverly Hills will be prepared to secretly acquire shares from third parties if, in return, you help to increase the popularity of her greens.
Which we're going to be doing right now with our buses. And in Los Angeles,
Throw a rip-roaring party for Mr. Hughes. Use a program of outstanding scheduled events and excellent catering to make sure that a flock of illustrious guests shows up who happen to own shares in a certain airline.
and now we need to deliver whiskey. Well, liquor of some sort at the Santa Barbara distillery. This is going to be a bit of a long trip, so trucks will handle it, so the rail lines won't be so congested. Put a truck service B. Full load, 10 minutes. And purchase several of these Ford Model 77 tarpaulin trucks, which will pick up the whiskey and deliver it into town. Speaking of which, let's have a look at how many passengers my train has. Train 6 has nearly a full. Yes, there's a lot of people who want to ride my streamliner, and I made 4.1 million credits. Just need Express Train A to pick up a little more passengers. There's a lot of people who want to ride my buses to wherever they want to go. And the trucks are about to deliver the first load of sand to, well, that. Train 1, Train 2. Oh, bother. That should basically fix the problem. Now then, where are... Oh, here it is. Oh, wait, that's a bus. Why did I think it was a truck? Ah, here's one of them. It's gonna take a little bit of time for this truck to get into the golf course, so again, I'm gonna cut this video off, and I'll see you all in just a moment. And we're back. As soon as the truck arrives,
Magnificent. Thanks to your dedication, Mr. Hughes has been able to secure a majority shareholding in the airline. Now he can do whatever he pleases. Up, up and away.
As I was about to say, I actually didn't get that golf course thing done. So, as soon as I hit record, the sand arrived. So, here's what the narrator said.
Your boss would like to have a place where he can practice playing golf with his... Very good. You've laid the foundations for a course that arouses interest. But what's still missing now is the aesthetic touch and the necessary discretion.
So now we just need to do is plant trees and shrubs on the golf course, which can be done again with the brush, as...
What an eye-pleasing green. Since Mr. Hughes takes pleasure in every convenience, he should be able to land his plane right next to the golf course.
Which we basically need to build right here. If I could just get it close enough to there, I might be able to get people to fly in by air to...
Wonderful. The golf course is extremely exclusive. Now it's up to Mr. Hughes to improve his handicap.
Collision. Ooh, that does not look good. This is basically what I could do right here. Connect. And then, now, our mission task is to basically deliver 10 people. So, let's basically get started with an airline operation. Plane Service A. And we'll buy a couple of these Douglas DC-3 planes. We'll have 3 on this sector. And 3 in this sector. And of course, have one between here and here. Plane Service B. And we'll use a little Junkers JU-52 for that operation. And purchase a Dome for this special golf course service. Golf course charter flight. There we go. That should basically do it. So plane service A has 4 people waiting. Now just still need to transport 10 people, but there should be a lot of people wanting to board the planes right now. Though I think I might need to basically add some of these stops for my passengers, so they can all at least wait while their buses drive up. but I have a feeling that we might be able to basically start transporting freight not too soon, just a little bit. But other than that, though, sure, my airplanes are not carrying a whole bunch of people right now. That'll change as soon as more people get the chance to fly. After all, passenger airline fares have basically, well, they were quite costly in the past, and basically have become more affordable over the next few years. '63. Hopefully, I might be able to get myself a new bus, because buses are nice, but jeez, they are just unable to keep up with the demand. Speaking of which, all these buses need to have that same coat of paint that I had when we were back in the Midwest. One that fits, well, really fits everything else. There's no people on board that plane, but there is for this one here. And there's 5 wanting to ride the golf course charter flight. This plane is only capable of carrying 5 people at a time, which is totally fine. Okay, that's 6 people, and that should be 10 with the right.
Wonderful. Mr. Hughes's airline is currently in the process of really taking off. But your boss already has his mind on other things. Instead of merely flying aircraft, he wants to build them himself. At any rate, the US Army has called for tenders for several interesting contracts. Help to develop prototypes which will soon be the pride of the whole nation. Modern aviation holds numerous challenges. Your boss is a genius who finds the right solution for every problem. All that's missing is putting the solutions into practice.
Which we'll basically solve in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this episode on my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the
Mr.
next one.
Hughes wants to be not only the best golfer in the world, but the best pilot too. Assist him in making this dream come true.
Well, thanks a lot for interrupting me. So, I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!